We have joining us in Lagos the Vice President, United Labour Congress, Kelly Ogbaloi, and from Abuja, Stella Nwaohanuo, the National President, Women Making the Difference Initiative, to talk to us on the minimum wage and the plight of physically challenged workers as we mark yet another Workers' Day. Good to have you on TVC News. Kelly.
Thank you so much. Now,
we'll start with you in the studio. Now, you saw the video where workers, the civil servants, were agitating. Now, let's evaluate Labour's effort at defending the rights of workers with the increasing economic situation, the biting economic condition in the country and recession.
Well, I want to start from the perspective of ULC, which you know that the bet is very recently. I would think our current engagement at the level of ULC is attacking the problem already. You were aware very recently we had an engagement with Eric Air. We also take on the Imo State government. We also engage the local government workers.
Which of the state's government?
Imo State.
Okay.
Imo State. We also take on the, collaborated with local government, the agitation recently in Lagos here. So far so well, we are quite confronted that salaries unpaid and wages not increased is a phenomenon. It's a very bad one, which indeed the current ULC is poised to ensure that every possible engagement that will totally redeem this will be put in place.
But some must say that the minimum wage is yet to be implemented, even though the labor organizations such as yours has been, canvassing that this minimum wage be implemented, but yet there isn't anything to show about it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's a matter of negotiation. We are aware that it has not been implemented. So there are machineries that have been put in place to confronting, facing federal government right now. If you listen to the president of ULC, we have just said that some of the parameters they put in place immediately after the fuel problem are now getting wear off, and we cannot continue that process. And therefore, we have ordered that federal government must immediately now return to table to ensure that we confront the issue of salary increase as it were.
All right, let's bring in Stella in now from Abuja. Stella, thanks for joining us. Now, what's your assessment of the government's handling of the physically challenged workforce, looking at the current situation on ground? Stella, are you there?
The difference initiative. I'm working with.
All right, it seems we're having some audio challenges establishing contact with Stella. But in the meantime, let's come back to you, Kelly. Now, let's look at other issues pertaining to the different labor unions we have in Nigeria today. Some would say maybe this is part of the problem, that where the workers' plight is not fully harnessed, or there's no common goal that is fought for this, because you have the TUC, you have NLC, and then you have ULC. Perhaps we'll have another, group tomorrow. So there isn't this unity of purpose. Would that be a contributory factor to why some of these, minimum wage is yet to be implemented? What would you have to say about this?
I don't agree with that, because in fact, when it was a single labor center or two labor center, NSC and TUC, you will agree with me that these situations have not tremendously changed until now. So the advent of additional trade center cannot be any reason why this purpose we're talking about has not been achieved. Otherwise, it's my opinion that with this change, however, more effort, more expectations will be achieved than it has always been.
But it's taking so long. People are not so happy. You just saw the chaos that
I agree, and I agree, and I'm happy that those people in Abuja are talking to those who are responsible for their problem. And I think at this point that we understand where to go. It is a long time we actually have protested to say, no, we must engage these people. We must take the labor movement back to the workers. But they vehemently refused, because the movement is not personal aggrandizement. It is there to serve the workers of this country. But if you sit in the office and you are no longer able to do what is required of you, then you must live there. So I think this is happening in Abuja, and it's a good eye-opener, and the workers are beginning to now learn. So that's why I have said that in fact, if we cannot, the USA have viewed it that haven't been put together in a single confine, has yielded nothing over the years. So if we can separate and do the best we can do without necessarily being hung up there, you know, in such collectivity, and there's nothing to show for it, then you must think otherwise. And that is why we are here.
All right, we haven't been able to establish contact with Stella, but I need to bring this in now. How much effort is the body, the labor body, now ULC, speaking ULC, how much effort is it putting at ensuring that the physically challenged are protected as well, even as you champion the cause of other workers?
Well, very well we have mentioned, when we say workers, we say the poor and other persons of Nigeria. It is to the effect that all of these persons are within the enclosure where we are to take care of. And yes, there are policies put together to ensure that those who are challenged, handicapped, are also looked after, because that is the meaning. Because these other persons that challenge, some of them work too. Mm-hmm. Some of them work. It is not everyone that is in the street. So among those who work quite directly now, the point is they are, taking into account in whatever is the package we have to put forward for the workers of this country.
But in some workplaces,
we have to let it go now, because we are running out of time. United Labour Congress Vice President Kelly Ogbaloi.
You are still. Thank
you for coming on TVC News.